Let me just say it like that.
How about that?
Yes, sir, because I have the privilege of having you guys here.
That's my honor. I'm excited about it.
Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Famously Local podcast. Local, not local, but famous around these parts. You are on the air with the hostess with the mostest, sharing the good news that you can use as we talk community awareness and keep you in the know. I am Angela McNeill Woods, aliasly known as that Laurel Hill Girl, and today I have in the building, you guys, your personalized sales coach, author, motivational speaker, Men of Charlotte founder, ESP Toastmasters Club president, etc. That's my typewriter, etc. etc. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here. It's always wonderful when we get a chance to share with local people like you. And good job with your podcast, Angela.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm motivated by the best, you guys. I really am. I have a lot of great people around me, such as yourselves, your wife, and it's just something about our family, and mm-hmm. people that we know. Somebody asked me about the podcast, and I was like, a lot of times we celebrate celebrities, mm-hmm. but we know a lot of super people.
It's amazing. If we tap into our own personal network, we got all we need, really. We got enough aggregate talent within the people we know to get anything done. If we'll just ask, we'll just reach out.
And you know what? And with that being said, I want to see if the listeners are they good listeners. Can you do that wonderful thing that you do that I mess up every time?
Sure, you're not gonna mess it up. Okay, but I typically, because you want to gather your audience and you want to make sure that your audience is listening to what you're saying. So I typically start off with a listening game. First thing I typically is something like, by show of hands, how many people here have either heard me speak before or this is your first time? Can I see your hands? That's my tester. Okay. Because everyone in the room has heard me before or this is their first time. Mm-hmm. But I never get 100% of the hands. So I use that as an excuse to play listening games with them. Okay. So because you all have, since not everybody participate, I got to get you ready. Yeah. So then I'll start off with a game like, let's say that you're a bus driver. Yeah. And on your first stop, you pick up 4 passengers. Are you with me?
Yes.
Good. Okay. On your second stop, you pick up 4 more. I say, don't write, because somebody always wants to. I say, don't write, just listen. Okay. On your second stop, you pick up 4 more passengers. Mm-hmm. You still with me? Mm-hmm. On your third stop, you pick up 2 passengers. And on your fourth stop, 5 passengers get off your bus.
Oh my God.
Now, what is the bus driver's name?
Absolutely.
What?
You never mentioned his name.
Yes, I did.
What is his name?
I mentioned his name a lot of times.
Seriously?
Yes.
What is his name?
I said, let's say that you are a bus driver. On your first stop, you pick up your second stop. What's the bus driver's name?
Me, you.
No, the bus driver's name is Angela. Okay. I could have said how old is the bus driver. I could have said where does the bus driver lives. Okay, but that's how you have to listen to self. Yes. So most times they would do just like you. Then I say, let's try another one. Yeah. Then we try another one. Try another one.
Yes, please. Okay. I love it.
All right. So Johnny's mother has 3 children. Okay. The first child is named April. Mm-hmm. The second child's named May. What's the third child's name?
You didn't say the third child's name.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Listen to it again.
Okay.
I said Johnny's mother has 3 children.
Okay.
Whose mother?
Johnny's.
Right. The first child is named April.
Yeah.
Second child's named May.
Yes.
What's the third child's name?
I'm listening, Johnny.
Right. that's all it could be. It can't be nothing else.
Okay, you guys. I know I'm not the only one out there who went through this, but that's great. I love it.
I did it today, and then I had to do a couple more because they didn't get it, so I just kept going.
So you spoke this morning.
I did. At the Black Male Summit.
Okay, and that was where?
At West Charlotte High School in Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you guys, Brian does so many fun things, during his whole speeches and sessions. And so with that, I'm going to use one of his. He says, so Brian, I'm going to ask you this question. Tell me a little bit about yourself in 60 seconds.
I could do it. Are you asking what I do, or okay? Well, you know how there's so many people that offer services that really, really do help people, and a lot of these people that offer these services, actually, they don't earn the money that they could or that they should, and very often they don't earn that money simply because they don't know how to sell it well. And what I do is I teach them what to say and what to do so they can sell themselves and their services better than they ever have before and earn more money than ever before. And I do it through my books, my workshops, my webinars, my talks from the stage, and my one-on-one coaching. But that's what I do. But in addition to that, I'm a husband and a father and a minister and a brother. And that's what I do.
I don't know how you guys balance it all.
Well, we do, because we're in the same game.
Yeah, that's it. I love it. And you guys, so this is the other half of the dynamic duo. I'm going to say the other half because she is the better half. Okay?
Yeah, let's go with that. And if she was in the room, she would say we're the empowerment duo.
Okay.
Because the dynamic duo is Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
but
okay.
We're the empowerment duo.
Correct me, get it right now.
She can't help but correct people all day. She does it all the time. But that's my baby. But you guys, you say, how do you do it? It's because, I think my marriage to Lisa was ordained by God. I think he had to put it together because I would have messed it up on my own devices. And she understands exactly what I'm going through because she's doing it too. And it's not like I'm working with my wife. I'm working with my best friend.
That is beautiful. I love that, man. Now, so what made you get into sales? How did you know that this was part of your calling?
Wow. Long version, short version.
Short version.
I was working at a hotel, and people have been telling me as a front desk clerk, and people have been telling me for a long time that you'd be good in sales. And I didn't know what sales was. I was like 22 years old, 23 years old. And my pretty wife showed up at the job and said, Brian, we're pregnant. And she never showed up at my job. I was like, what? So I knew I needed to make more money. So people kept telling me I'd be good at sales. So I saw an ad in the newspaper, entry-level sales will train. And I went and applied, they hired me, and I stuck it out, and I started reading books on selling. And I read one and another. By my own count, I read more than 700 books on how to sell, how to manage salespeople, and self-development. And I found my place. I found my love there. And that's what I do.
Wow. And I tell you, that I just love it because, I know, that you were born with the gift of gab,
You would know better than most people.
Yes. Now, describe a time that you received difficult feedback as a salesman now, and how did you change as a result?
Yeah, difficult feedback as a salesman, and how did I change as a result of it? When you practice what you do for a long time and you study and you take counsel from here and there, you develop personal philosophies that work, that you believe work for you, that make sense to you, that balance with your personal integrity. So if I got negative feedback on how I do what I do, I would have to couch that with, does their negative feedback jive with my perception of what I do? If their negative feedback doesn't balance with what I perceive, then you can say what you want. Okay, fine. Carry on. I'm going to just do it the way I do it because I like the way I do it. I think I do it with integrity. I think I do it with enthusiasm and showmanship. So I'm going to keep doing the way I do it as long as I'm staying within integrity.
Now, so when teaching sales or anything, a person has to be coachable, right? Okay, so I think that's what some of the issues are. Is that some people, they think they want to do, a certain thing, but they really don't want to. They challenge you all the time. So
there's two things going on there. They challenging me all the time. One is they haven't yet learned that they don't know enough yet. And I can fix that in about 5 or 6 minutes by just asking them a few questions. Or they're just not a good fit for me. Now, it's always fit before fee. Make sure it's a good fit because you have a right to your personality and so do I. You have a right to the way you work and I have a right to the way I work. You have a right to the rate of speed at which you want to work. So if it's not a good fit, then we shouldn't be working together. But if it's a good fit, because there are some people, Angela, even on your podcast, there are some people that can hear you and they can really hear you.
Right.
And they can't hear anybody else, but they can hear you. And those are the ones that you should be working with.
Right.
And the ones that can't hear you, want to challenge you at every turn, they're not a good fit.
Or even subscribers that are not listening to what the podcast is about, but looking to see if somebody has a booger up their nose.
Yeah. Well,
That's
yeah.
kind of crazy.
Well, they're going to do that too. They're curious because this podcast, they're going to have a curiosity factor in the beginning. Okay, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
What does the host look like? What is the host wearing today? Okay, can I hear her?
Yeah.
So they're going to have some of that. They're going to try you out, taste test you.
Taste test me, right there.
Until they decide this is a place I could tune in or not.
That's good. That's good. Well, I'm just thanking God for, the opportunity for everything. And you're right, though, when teaching anything, you have to be coachable. Now, if I was a buyer, a customer, what would your cold call outreach look like?
If you were a potential client, I would definitely sell you. Okay. Now, so much of it is, do you really want to? Okay. Now, if I'm selling you something that will benefit you, it's a question of are you selling to someone or for them? Okay. So if I'm just selling to people, I'm just trying to make money. If I'm selling for them, I'm selling them because they will be better off. If they give me the money I ask for, will their lives be better off in some way? And am I sure their life will be better off? Okay, and if their life will be better off, then I owe it to them to motivate them to own it. I owe it to them. There's, I'm a believer, and there's a concept called the sin of the desert. The sin of the desert. The sin of the desert is when you know where the water is, but you won't tell anyone else. And you know where the solution is, you know where the answer is, you know how to solve that problem, but you're keeping that solution to yourself. That's the sin of the desert. And the sin of the desert is the height of selfishness. You're being selfish. You're not, by not selling, the Bible says in Proverbs 11:26, Proverbs 11:26 says, the people curse the ones that withhold the grain. They wish blessings upon the ones that will sell it. And your grain is the solutions you have. So, according to my Bible, the way I read it is, if you won't sell your good grain, if you won't sell your good corn, if you won't sell your solutions, curses on you. But if you will sell it, blessings on you. If you won't sell it, that means they don't get to have it.
That's right.
Okay? The scripture says you supposed to sell it in exchange of something of value. And that's money.
Oh, man. It reminds me of the late, great Dr. Miles.
Miles Monroe.
Yes, Miles Monroe. That's right. He talked about there's so many people that took their talent to the grave. That we're not privy to because they didn't put it out there.
That's right.
And when I think about that and what you just said, that's why I had to move forward. I had to. I was like, nah, I can't.
It's almost like you have a responsibility to God. If God has blessed you with the current collection of gifts, skills, and talents,
that's right.
Your responsibility is to do what you can with it. It's the parable of the talents. The parable of the talents is told in 3 different books of the Bible. It's in Matthew, it's in Mark, and it's in Luke. The same story. The master's going to go away. He gives one servant 5 talents, one servant 2 talents, one servant 1 talent. And you know the story. But the one he gave 5 talents to, he used that money to make more money. Okay. The second one, he used the money to make more money. The third one hid his talent in the ground. The first 2 that used the talent that they had to make money, they were brought into the inner courts where there was going to be feasting and laughter. But the one that hid their talent in the ground, they got cursed out. You lazy and wicked servant, get away from me. They were banished into the outer courts where there's going to be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. So if you got talent and you won't use it to make money, get out of here. That's the scripture.
That's right. You didn't write it.
That's right.
It's the word.
That's right.
That's what it's called. Now, so do you believe that everything that you've gone through this far, good or bad, purpose?
Yeah, I've gone through some pain. A lot of pain. Probably more than my fair share. I went through some times where, when you think you're doing everything right and it's still not working. When you're working hard, it's still not working. When you look up like, what happened to my money? And there's no money around. When you start to lose things. I lost a marriage. Because she didn't want me no more. So you go through these painful things, but you have to go through that pain. I preached on it today. You have to go through that.
That's true.
But I also lean on the punchline of the Bible. The basic punchline of the Bible is, as a believer, in the end, no matter what persecution, in the end, we always win.
True.
It could be pain for a long time. It could be 40 years.
Yes.
But we always ultimately win. It doesn't stay nighttime all the time. The daytime follows the night. The spring follows the winter. So even when it's painful, you're going to get through that.
That's right. That's right. Now, just picking back a little bit in regards to your sales, can you walk us through each step of your sales process? Like,
Sure.
what's your approach? What's your strategy?
It's easier now than it's ever been before.
Okay.
Because I speak to get clients. Okay. I speak. So whether it's a daily podcast with my wife, or a weekly webinar I might give, or a networking event that I attend, I give talks and stories and showcases to earn the right to schedule. Now I use a formula, which makes it easy for me. Because of podcasts and webinars, it's easier than ever before. There's so many podcasts that need guests. So when I go into a podcast and I give some value, I teach them something that they can use, and I showcase my books and I give them something for free. I'll offer something free from my website, and then I get leads from that. So the first step is you have to earn the right to get a potential client. You got to earn the right. And today is different. You can't just say, be my client. You have to earn the right. It's hard for people to hire you without taste testing you.
True.
Like role play something with me, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's pretend just for a moment that you're not married, okay? And you go to, you're a single woman, and you're still Angela though. And you go to a bar just for a drink before you go home, okay? And I'm going to walk up to you and I'm going to approach you. And I want you to handle it however you handle it, okay?
Okay.
However you would normally do it, okay? Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Good, good. My name is Brian. Please tell me, what's your name?
It's Angela, Brian. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Angela. Angela, you look lovely. Let's get married.
You know, Brian, my husband is on the way.
See? I said be single for a second.
Be single for a second.
Okay, if he said, let's get married after the initial introduction, how would you handle that?
I'll be like, wow, I definitely would have to get to know you.
Exactly.
Taste test.
That's right. But there's no way you could say yes to that, right?
No.
Because you don't know enough.
No.
You don't know if he has any redeeming qualities at all. You don't know if he's a good guy or bad guy. You don't know if he can do anything or not.
Oh my God. It's funny that you're saying what you're saying, because it's a little saying that the girls say now, ooh, he could get it. And I wish people would stop saying that, because he could get it, but what are you getting?
Right.
You know, are you getting an STD?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you don't know enough yet. Okay. Yeah. So when people who don't understand selling, that's how they treat the game. How you doing? Here's my stuff. You want to buy it? Yeah. Whoa. I don't know if I want to buy it. Why would I marry you? I don't know anything about you yet. Yeah. So selling is a process. Yeah. It's not an event. And people who don't understand it treat it as if it's an event. Yeah. Okay. I see you have one of my books over there.
I do, sir. Yes. This is your latest one, right?
It is 932, and the reason why I want to highlight it is because it's the 9 most important words, but the 3 most important skills and the 2 most important questions. Yeah. But of the most important skills, I believe in life, having more to do with your happiness or sadness, success, or failure than any other, is the ability to communicate is 1, and the ability to sell is 2. The third one is the ability to lead. Okay.
The third is lead?
Lead, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those are the most important skills of life, I believe.
Yeah.
But the ability to sell, to get money in exchange for an idea, product, or service, that's what, have a lot to do with your happiness or sadness. Yep. And this is what I want in schools, because I think it's good.
Now, we're gonna touch on your books, because but I want you to mention each one.
Okay.
And give us a description about each one.
Sure. The first book, published in 2016, is called The Shortcut. The Shortcut. And the subtitle is The Fastest Route to Selling Your Services Better Than You Ever Have Before, so you can earn more money than ever before. Yeah. The Shortcut is only 74 pages long. And what the Shortcut does is it teaches entrepreneurs what to do with their time. What do you do before, on a Monday? What do you do on a Tuesday? What do you do on a Wednesday? It's a lot of cake and very little frosting. Yeah. If you just do what it says do, you'll have more clients. It just teaches you what to do. Yeah. Okay. Teaches you how to track your days. That's the first book.
Yeah. It's almost like time blocking, almost.
Some of it could be time blocking, but it's just telling you what to do.
I go back to that
this.
book, you know
Yes.
that, right?
That's a reference book,
Yeah.
you know, it's really,
Yeah.
really, really good.
It is.
Okay, I wrote a report years ago called the 10 Best Books on Selling, and I've had to augment my list to the 12 best books. So I had to add the shortcut,
Yeah.
and the second book I wrote, because the shortcut doesn't cover
Yeah.
closing sales.
Right.
So the next book I wrote was called Asking for the Money.
Yes, okay.
Asking for the Money.
I have both of those.
And the subline is how anyone can close more sales, even you.
Yeah.
And this teaches entrepreneurs what to do before you ask for the money. What do you do when you ask for the money? What do you do if there's a little bit of resistance? What do you do if there's a lot of resistance? That book infuses the reader with confidence. Because a lot of people are nervous when it comes time to asking for the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this book, you won't be nervous anymore. This book, and some of the reviews on the book say things like they learned a lot, but they also got a chance at peeking into the personality of the author.
Yeah.
So those are my first two books. My third book is called, and it's a not just for children's book.
Right.
It's called Why Rhinos Make Great Salespeople.
Wow, and I have that in the shop.
Good.
I still have it up, and I love. This is the picture of the coolest guy.
The character, Mr. Randall the Rhino.
And so when I saw that, I was like, huh. And then I saw the numbers, the 9-3, and then
But I use him for other books too.
Okay.
But that's my character, Mr. Randall the Rhino. Okay.
I love it.
So Mr. Randall the Rhino is in a school setting teaching, giving us a career day, talking about what is a salesman, and he's running a comparison between the rhinoceros and the salesman.
Yeah.
Like rhinoceroses have thick skins, and salespeople don't take things personally. Rhinos have incredible hearing, and salespeople listen well.
Yeah.
Rhinos have poor eyesight, and salespeople don't notice. Good salespeople don't notice little obstacles in the way. But the coolest things is the way the legs work on the rhino, because the rhinoceros is physically unable to walk backwards.
Yeah.
So if you go for your goal where a rhino will go for their goal, the only physical option you have is to continue forward till you reach your objective. So that was the next book.
Right.
I also wrote a workbook for the shortcut too. For the first book, there's a workbook for that too. So that's 4. Okay. Then this year, I did an augmentation of Why Rhinos with Mr. Randall, and entitled it Why Rhinos Make Great Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And I did that once we found out that about the Supreme Court no longer allowing race to be used to exit admissions into college.
Yeah.
So I thought this is jacked up, and so I was like, you know what I want us to do? I want us to raise entrepreneurs and send our kids to HBCUs.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
So the Why Rhinos Make Great Entrepreneurs, because I want all of our children to be entrepreneurs. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, they not all are, but that's what I want.
Yeah.
So I wrote Why Rhinos Make Great Entrepreneurs next, and then 932 is the 6th book.
I love it.
I love it too.
And
I think they're all great. I think this might be my favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you to sign it for me.
I'll be happy to, of course.
Yeah. Now I remember visiting you, and you had this cool wall / staircase with a lot of motivational quotes. And so
you and Sean used to come and look at my wall. Yeah.
And so, do you think what you've read, saw, and that you've written played a part in what you're doing now?
Yeah, it's I do what I am.
Yeah,
okay.
I love that.
That wall, I tried to explain it to people, they don't get it. But your husband once paid me a really, really good compliment one time. He was going through something and life was kind of, wearing on him a little bit. And he says, man, I think he called me. I just need to come and read your wall for a little while.
Wow.
And I had a wall between my back door and my kitchen that was just flat.
Yeah.
And I chose, because I knew when I left the home, I was renting.
Yeah.
I knew when I left they'd have to paint it anyway.
Yeah.
So I just would write a motivational thought or a scripture on the wall with black magic marker. Started with, first I put my children's nicknames up there.
Yeah.
And then over time, the whole wall got filled up, and over the doorway to the back door got filled up too. So that's what happened there. And it was very motivating even to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes just stand in front of the wall and receive.
I mean, it was just so powerful. I mean, I love it. That's going to be something that I always take with me too. Now, if you had to leave us with a quote or a word for today, what would it be?
All right, I'm going to give it to you now. I'll leave you with this, that our lives are not scrimmages or practice games. Yeah. There is no Martyrs Hall of Fame. Time this speedster takes its toll. And for us, every day really is the Super Bowl.
Wow.
We're trying to win every day.
Everything. I love that. Oh my God. You know what? I cannot thank you for giving up your time.
I appreciate
today.
you
know,
too.
you spoke at that summit, and you guys are just always on the go because that's what you do. You're a motivational speaker, and etc. And how can they find you? How can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'm very easy to find. I prefer just take this information: virtualsalesmgr.com. Virtualsalesmgr.com. That's I have BrianKMcNeill.com as well. But you can use either one, BrianKMcNeill.com or virtualsalesmgr.com.
Gotcha.
But virtualsalesmgr.com, you can get access to my books. You can schedule a one-on-one consultation with me.
Yeah.
You can get my free gift. I have a free gift on how to answer the question of what do you do for a living.
Yeah.
And so that's all available there.
You know what is so awesome? So I know you are Brooklyn born and bred.
That's right. Born and raised in the streets of Brooklyn.
But you know, you privilege us Carolina babies, and so you guys are in Charlotte. So again, family, you know, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to our session on the day. For the additional information in regards to Mr. Brian K. McNeill, you can reach out to me on Famously Local Podcast on Instagram, and to watch this video. Please share, like, and subscribe, and let everybody know that they can watch it on YouTube, Famously Local Podcast. Yes. And so, again, thank you for tuning into the Famously Local Podcast. Local, not local, but famous around these parts.
That's right.
Y'all be blessed. Have a good day. Brian, thank you.
Thank you, Sister Angela.
Appreciate you.